Dear students, today we are going to discuss about another organic nitrogen compound, that is amine. So we know that amines are the derivatives of ammonia. What is the formula for ammonia? NH3. If a hydrogen of ammonia is replaced by any alkyl group or aryl group, we get the compound amines. So functional group is NH2. NH2 group is called amino group. So from ammonia NH3 we have obtained the derivatives. So if hydrogen atoms are replaced, we get amines. Based on number of replacements, we have different amines: primary, secondary as well as tertiary. Consider the first one, RNH2. RNH2 represents only one hydrogen of ammonia is replaced by an alkyl or aryl group. So this arrangement represents primary amine. Next one, RNHR. Both the R may be similar or different. If two hydrogen atoms of ammonia are replaced by two alkyl or aryl groups, we call them as secondary amine. Next one, if all the three hydrogen atoms of ammonia are replaced by alkyl or aryl groups, we call them as tertiary amine. So amines are the derivatives of ammonia. So the functional group is generally denoted as NH2 amino group. Based on number of replacement of hydrogen atoms, we get three different members like primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine. So this is the introduction about amine. Next, we move into the three more question. Write a note on classification of amines. So in this, the same will be repeated. In the classification of amine, broadly we classify the amine into two categories: aliphatic as well as aromatic. So if a hydrogen atom of ammonia is replaced by an alkyl group, we call them as aliphatic amine. See first example, CH3, CH2, NH2. From ammonia, a hydrogen atom is replaced by an ethyl group. So this is called ethylamine, which is an example of a primary aliphatic amine. Okay. At the same time, if the hydrogen of ammonia is replaced by an aryl group, for example C6H5, a phenyl group, an aromatic ring is replacing the hydrogen of ammonia, means we get the substance aromatic amines. So broadly amines are classified into two categories: aliphatic as well as aromatic. Aliphatic amines represents the hydrogen atom of ammonia is replaced by alkyl groups like methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, isopropyl, isobutyl. So all these alkyl groups are replacing the hydrogen of ammonia, represents aliphatic amines. Instead of that, if a hydrogen is replaced by the aromatic ring like benzyl or phenyl, we call them as aromatic amines. So this is the classification of amine. And as I said already, based on a replacement of number of hydrogen atoms, an amine may be a primary, secondary or tertiary. So we have many examples for all these three type of amines. First example for primary aliphatic amine, it's called ethylamine, CH3, CH2, NH2, ethylamine. Then example for primary aromatic amine, C6H5, NH2, it's called aniline. Then secondary amine, for secondary amine, two hydrogen atoms of ammonia will be replaced by alkyl group or aryl group. If both are alkyl groups, means a secondary aliphatic amine. What is the example? CH3, NH, CH3. Two hydrogen atoms are replaced by two methyl groups. So this is a secondary aliphatic amine. Our name is dimethylamine. I am saying only common name. UPAG name we will discuss later. Next, a secondary aromatic amine, example is C6H5, NH, C6H5. So two phenyl groups are replacing the two hydrogen atoms in the ammonia. So this is a diphenylamine. Why we have to call these two amines as simple amines? As we studied in ketones as well as ethers. So in two functional groups, ethers as well as ketones, we already studied simple as well as mixed. Ether may be a Simple ether, mixed ether. Ketone may be a simple ketone as well as mixed ketone. Instead of simple and mixed, we have already used two more words. What are they? Symmetrical and unsymmetrical. So the same concept will be applicable for amines also. If two alkyl groups are similar, we call them as a simple or symmetrical. If two alkyl groups or aryl groups are different, we call them as mixed or unsymmetrical. So the concept we applied for ketone as well as ether will be repeated in amine also. So CH3NH CH3. So this is an example of secondary amine. If two hydrogen atoms are replaced by the same methyl group, this is an example of simple amine. Dimethylamine as well as diphenylamine are examples of simple amines or symmetrical amines. Next example of secondary amine. So two hydrogen atoms are replaced by two alkyl groups. What are the alkyl groups? In the next example, one is methyl group, another one is ethyl group. So two different alkyl groups are replacing the two hydrogen atoms in the ammonia. So this is an example of secondary aliphatic amine. Next example, two hydrogen atoms of ammonia are replaced by one alkyl and one aryl group. So if at least one aryl group is present, means that is an example of aromatic amine. So a phenyl as well as methyl groups are replacing the hydrogen atoms in ammonia. So this is an example of secondary aromatic amine. Methyl phenyl amine. Then these two are examples of unsymmetrical or mixed amines because both alkyl groups are alkyl and aryl groups are different. Take the first example, CH3NH CH2 CH3. One methyl as well as one ethyl group. So since the alkyl groups are different, this is belonging to unsymmetrical or mixed amine category. Next example, C6H5 NHCH3. So both the groups are different. One is methyl, another one is phenyl. So this is an example of mixed secondary aromatic amine. So primary and secondary over. Next, tertiary amine. Tertiary amine represents all the three hydrogen atoms of ammonia are replaced by the alkyl or aryl groups. First example, NCH3 thrice times. So three methyl groups are replacing the three hydrogen atoms in the ammonia. So this is trimethylamine. This is belonging to simple amine also because all the alkyl groups are similar. Three similar methyl groups are replacing the three hydrogen atoms in ammonia. Next example, NC6H5 thrice times. So three phenyl groups are replacing the three hydrogen atoms in ammonia. This is a tertiary aromatic amine. If groups are similar, we call this as a symmetrical as well as simple amine. Next example, what are the three groups replacing the hydrogen atoms? One methyl, one ethyl, and an isopropyl group. So if all the three groups are different, this is belonging to mixed tertiary aliphatic amine. What is a common name for this one? Ethyl methyl isopropyl amine. Next example, the three groups are different. One is methyl, another one is ethyl, and another one is phenyl. So three different groups are replacing the hydrogen atoms in the ammonia. If at least one aromatic ring is present, we call it as aromatic amine. So this is a tertiary aromatic amine. Since the arrangement is unsymmetrical in nature, this is called unsymmetrical or mixed tertiary aromatic amine. A common name, ethyl methyl phenyl amine. So we have completed the classification of amine. Amine is of two types based on the group attached with the functional group. So it may be aliphatic amine as well as aromatic amine. Then based on number of replacement of hydrogen atoms, an amine may be a primary, a secondary, a tertiary. Based on the structural arrangement, if a similar groups present, it may be a simple or symmetrical arrangement. If different groups are bonded with a nitrogen, we get unsymmetrical or mixed arrangement. With this classification over, we move into the nomenclature. So as we know, there are two type of names for a compound. One is common name, another one is epoch name. First we have to learn how to give common name for the amines. Then we will move into the epoch name. While giving the common name, first consider what alkyl group is attached with the functional group. What type of group is attached with the nitrogen. So the name will be written as name of alkyl group followed by the name of functional group. What is the name of functional group? Amine. Amine is the name of functional group. So if a methyl group is attached with functional group amine, we call this as methylamine. If ethyl group is attached with the functional group NH2, so this is called ethylamine. So this is the way to give common name for amines. First mention the name of alkyl group, then mention the name of functional group. We may follow the order for the compounds given in the book. First one, consider CH3, CHNH2, CH3. For this, common name can be given. For that, we have to identify what type of alkyl group is bonded with the functional group. So this is belonging to isopropyl or secondary propyl. So the arrangement is isopropyl or secondary propyl. So the common name is isopropyl amine. Next, we already studied this alkenyl group, CH2 double bond CH CH2. This is called alkenyl group. What is the common name? Alkenyl. Propenyl. This is a epoch name of propenyl. What about common? Allyl. Okay. CH2 double bond CH. CH2 means allyl. CH2 double bond CH means vinyl. So all these we have already studied in 11th portion. Vinyl, allyl are the common words. For these alkenyl groups, what are the epoch names? Ethenyl as well as propenyl. So we discuss common name now. So this is called allylamine. So the group is allyl group, which is attached with the functional group amine. So this is called allylamine. Next, 6 CH2 groups bonded with 2 amino groups. So when you take hexane, what is the structure of hexane? CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. Totally in the chain, 6 carbon atoms will be there. That is called a hexane. From the hexane, 2 hydrogen atoms are replaced by 2 amino groups at the first position and the sixth position. At first carbon and the sixth carbon, hydrogen atoms are replaced by amino group. So this is called diamine. Why we have to use the word diamine? A hydrogen in the first and the sixth position replaced by the amino groups. So we call this as diamine. Then 6 CH2 group present. For the CH2 group, the name is called hexamethylene. Okay, 6 methylene groups present. So this is not a CH3. CH4 means methane. CH3 methyl. CH2, this is called methylene. So 6 methylene groups present. So this is called hexamethylene diamine. Okay. So for this compound, a common name hexamethylene diamine. Next, this is an example of secondary amine. So 2 hydrogen atoms are replaced by 2 different alkyl groups. One is methyl, another one is isopropyl. So how will you write the name? Methyl isopropyl amine. Next common name. So this is an example of tertiary amine. 3 hydrogen atoms are replaced by 3 groups. So 2 ethyl groups and 1 butyl group. So this is a straight chain, N-butyl group. So you can give common name diethyl butylamine. Okay. Next, this is also an example of tertiary amine. What are the groups replacing the hydrogen atoms? Methyl, ethyl, isopropyl. So all the 3 groups are different. So this is belonging to mixed type of amine. So ethyl, methyl, isopropyl amine. This is common name. Next one, an aromatic amine. And we know the simple aromatic amine. What is it? C6H5NH2. If a hydrogen of ammonia is replaced by a benzene ring, we get a C6H5NH2. This is called a phenylamine, or we can call this as aniline. Okay, aniline is the common word. So now this is a derivative of aniline. What is the structure of aniline? C6H5NH2. So two hydrogen atoms are replaced with two methyl groups. In the structure of aniline, two hydrogen atoms are replaced by two methyl groups. So this is assumed as a derivative of aniline. We are going to give the common name. So usually, if two same groups present means we use what? The prefix di. So two methyl groups. So this is dimethyl aniline. Why we have to use the word or the letters N, N? If we assume any group as a substituent in amines, this is a special case. While representing the substituent, we have to use the capital N. Capital N represents nitrogen. So the substituent methyl or ethyl is attached with nitrogen. So here we have two substituents, two methyl groups. Two methyl groups are bonded with nitrogen. Okay, so that two methyl groups bonded with nitrogen atoms, so that we mention the common name as N, N dimethyl aniline. Next, what is the common name for this group? We already studied. It's called benzyl group. C6H5 means phenyl. C6H5CH2 represents what? Benzyl group. So benzyl group is bonded with the functional group amine. So common name is benzylamine. Next, this is an example of what type of amine? Primary, secondary or tertiary? This is an example of secondary amine, right? So we have two groups. What are the two groups? One is methyl, another one is benzyl group. So two groups are bonded with functional group. So we may call N-methyl benzylamine. Now you can ask a question, why we have to use only one N? N-methyl benzylamine. Why should not be the name as N, N methyl benzylamine? That may be the question. So we may fix one as a primary substituent or a parent chain. So we fix benzyl as a parent chain as a primary substituent means for methyl alone we can indicate the position. So the methyl group is bonded with the nitrogen. So this is N-methyl and benzylamine. So we assume this as what? This is the derivative of benzylamine. What is the structure of benzylamine? C6H5CH2 NH2. We think that a hydrogen atom in benzylamine is replaced by a methyl group. So this is assumed as a derivative of benzylamine, so that we use only one N here. Okay, so N-methyl benzylamine. If you write the name as N, N methyl benzylamine means that will be a wrong name. Okay, so this is assumed as a derivative of benzylamine. So with this common name over, next we move into the UPOG name. Okay, and we have a formula to write UPOG name. So in the UPOG nomenclature, what is the first step? We will fix longest chain. The second one, we will give the number. So while giving the number, head carbon should have the least number. So in such a way that you have to give number. Then third one, using the words, a prefix, a root word, primary suffix and a secondary suffix, you may write the UPOG name. So this is the common rule for giving the UPOG name. So we consider this. What is the UPOG name for this? Isopropylamine. Isopropylamine is the common name. For this, how to write UPOG name? So we select this as the longest chain. So in the chain we have 3 carbon atoms, and the functional group amino group is attached with the second carbon. So while giving the UPAC name, we need prefix, root word, primary suffix and secondary suffix. By connecting all these, we get UPAC name. So in the longest chain, we don't have any substituent. So prefix is not available here. Since 3 carbon atoms present in the longest chain, the root word is prop. Between the carbon atoms in the longest chain, only single bond present. So primary suffix ANE. Secondary suffix represents a name of functional group. Functional group is amino group. So secondary suffix is amine. Now the amino group is attached with the second carbon. So the position is 2. So just join these words. While connecting the primary and the secondary suffix, last letter of primary suffix will be striked out. So this is called propane 2-amine. UPAC name is propane 2-amine. So this is allyl amine, common name allyl amine. So we have 3 carbon atoms in the chain. We don't have substituents here. So prefix will not be there. In the chain, we have only 3 carbon atoms, root word prop. Between the carbon atoms, we have a double bond. So primary suffix ENE. Okay. And the double bond is at second position. So this is called 2-ene. Then functional group is amine, which is attached with first carbon. So secondary suffix 1-amine. While connecting the primary and the secondary suffix, last letter of primary suffix E will be striked out. So this is called prop 2-ene-1-amine. Next, hexamethylene diamine, common name. So all the 6 carbon atoms are present as a straight chain. We don't have any other branches here. So substituent is not available. Longest chain has 6 carbon atoms. So parent word or root word hex. Only single bond present between the carbon atoms, primary suffix ANE. 2 amino groups present at positions 1 and 6. So this is called 1,6 diamine, secondary suffix. Join all these words. UPAC name is hexane 1,6 diamine. Next one. This is an example of secondary amine. While giving the name for secondary amine, you have to be very careful. Out of 2 alkyl groups, you just fix one alkyl group as a parent chain. So here what are the alkyl groups present? We have methyl group and isopropyl group. So out of 2 alkyl groups, we have to fix one as a parent chain, longest chain. So for selecting that, we have to fix the alkyl group with a larger number of carbon atoms as a parent chain. So we have a methyl, only 1 carbon. We have isopropyl, 3 carbon atoms, which will be the longest chain. We will fix this isopropyl as a longest chain. Okay. And this methyl group is assumed as a substituent. So in secondary amine, out of 2 alkyl groups, fix one as the longest chain, which is selected based on more number of carbon atoms in the alkyl group. So remaining 1 alkyl group will be assumed as a substituent. Now the substituent is attached with a nitrogen. So the position of substituent will always be indicated as capital N, as we discussed in the common name. A methyl group is a substituent. In the secondary amine, the simple group is assumed as a substituent. Now the substituent methyl group is bonded with a nitrogen, not carbon. If it is attached with a parent chain, carbon means we can give the position. What is the position of methyl as 1 or 2 or 3, whatever it may be. But here, the substituent methyl is bonded with the functional group nitrogen, so that we use the position of a substituent as capital N. Okay? So N-methyl. Then in the longest chain, we have 3 carbon atoms, root word prop. Between the carbon atoms, only single bond, primary suffix ANE. And this amino group, so this is a functional group, amino group, is bonded with second carbon. Okay, so in the longest chain, which is bonded with second carbon, so this is 2-amine. connecting all these words, we get the UPOC name as 2-methyl propane 2-amine. This is an example of tertiary amine. So here also the same method. Fix any one alkyl group with more number of carbon atoms as the longest chain or parent chain. So I select this as the longest chain since it contains 4 carbon atoms. So remaining 2 alkyl groups are assumed as the substituents which are bonded with functional group nitrogen. So we have 2 ethyl group which are substituents. They are bonded with the nitrogen. For each ethyl group we use a position as capital N. So N, N diethyl is a prefix. The longest chain has 4 carbon atoms, root word but. Only single bond exists between the carbon atoms, primary suffix ANE. Amino group is attached with the first carbon. Okay, so this is 1-amine. UPOC name is N, N diethyl butane 1-amine. And another tertiary amine. So here we have a methyl ethyl isopropyl. So 3 alkyl groups. The isopropyl group has more number of carbon atoms. So this is selected as longest chain. And we have 2 substituents, one methyl and another ethyl. So N-ethyl, N-methyl. We may follow alphabetical order so that here it is mentioned as N-ethyl and N-methyl. Isopropyl group has 3 carbon atoms. Root word is prop. Single bond present between the carbon atoms. Primary suffix ANE. Amino group is attached to the second carbon. So 2-amine is a secondary suffix. Connect all these words. N-ethyl, N-methyl, propane 2-amine. Aromatic amine. So we assume that this is the derivative of aniline, isn't it? So in aniline, 2 hydrogen atoms are replaced by 2 methyl groups. So we assume the 2 methyl groups as substituents. So 2 methyl groups attached with functional group nitrogen. So N, N dimethyl. And the root word is bens. Okay, root word is bens or benzene. Secondary suffix amine, functional group amine. So the UPOC name is N, N dimethyl benzenamine. Okay. So here there is a spelling mistake. You write it as B-E-N-Z-E, benzenamine. Next, this is benzylamine. Common name is benzylamine. CH3NH2. What is the name? CH3NH2. It's called. What is the name? Methanamine. UPOC name of CH3NH2 is called methanamine. Only 1 carbon in the chain. So root word meth, primary suffix ane, secondary suffix amine. Connecting these words, we get methanamine, CH3NH2. Now, the hydrogen atom is replaced by a phenyl group. So we assume that this is the derivative of methanamine or methylamine. Okay. So the substituent is phenyl. In the chain, we have only 1 carbon atom, root word meth, primary suffix ane, secondary suffix amine. So this is called phenyl methanamine. Common name is benzylamine. Next one. This is an example of secondary amine. One is benzyl group, another one is methyl group. 2 groups bonded with a functional group. CH3NH2 is called what? Methanamine. CH3NH2. Now this is assumed as a derivative of methanamine. 2 hydrogen atoms are replaced by 2 groups. One is methyl group, another one is phenyl group. Okay. Methyl group is attached with nitrogen. So this is denoted as N-methyl. Why we have to use a letter N? Methyl group is not bonded with the carbon. It's bonded with nitrogen. So N-methyl. At the same time, phenyl group is attached with carbon. So simply phenyl. So two substituents, one is phenyl, another one is methyl. So N-methyl phenyl. In methanamine, only one carbon. So root word meth, primary suffix ane, secondary suffix amina. So UPOC name is N-methyl phenyl methanamine. So in same manner, you can mention the UPOC name for these compounds also. I already told the common names: ethylamine, phenylamine, dimethylamine, diphenylamine, ethyl methylamine, then methylphenylamine. Common names I have already told. You just apply the same principles of UPOC. You can check UPOC nomenclature here, right? So when you take first example, CH3, CH2, NH2. So in the chain, two carbon atoms present. A root word eth, only single bond exists. Primary suffix ane, secondary suffix amine. So ethanamine. In the same manner, you just check UPOC name of all these compounds. Okay, so with this, common name and UPOC name is over. Next one, 3 more question. Explain the structure of amines. As we know, amine is a derivative of ammonia. First, we may explain the hybridization in ammonia. Okay, so take ammonia. The electronic configuration of nitrogen is 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. So here there will be hybridization called sp3 hybridization. One s orbital and 3 p orbitals will intermix together to produce 4 sp3 hybridized orbital. Which hybridized orbital will involve in bonding? If it is orbital or hybridized orbital, only the orbital with a single electron will involve in overlapping. So the same principle is applicable here. So in ammonia, sp3 hybridized orbital of nitrogen is overlapping with 1s orbital of hydrogen. So out of 4 sp3 hybridized orbital, 3 sp3 hybridized orbital are having single electron, 1 sp3 hybridized orbital is having a lone pair of electron. Okay, so this is a mutual overlapping between the sp3 hybridized orbital of nitrogen and 1s orbital of hydrogen. So we get 3 covalent bond. So due to mutual overlapping between the 1s orbital of hydrogen and the sp3 hybridized orbital of nitrogen, we get 3 covalent bonds. According to valence bond theory, for sp3 hybridization, what is the expected geometry and the bond angle? The expected geometry is tetrahedral and the bond angle is 109.5 degree or else 109 degree 28 minute. This we already studied. Here 4 sp3 hybridized orbital present, but 4 covalent bonds are not formed like methane. In methane 4 covalent bonds formed. Exactly, it represents a tetrahedral structure. But here one sp3 hybridized orbital has a lone pair of electron, so that according to VS EPR theory, valence shell electron pair repulsion, the structure will be changed. For sp3 hybridization, the expected geometry is tetrahedral, but due to the presence of lone pair of electron in sp3 hybridized orbital, ammonia gets a pyramidal shape. Okay, then expected bond angle is 109.5 degree, but in ammonia bond angle is 107 degree. So this is mainly due to what? VS EPR, valence shell electron pair repulsion. Between the electron pairs there will be a repulsion. Bond pair, lone pair, repulsion will be there, so that bond angle is reduced 107 degree. Now come into the amines. Amines are the derivatives of ammonia. You take trimethylamine. Okay, so this is a trimethylamine. All the 3 hydrogen atoms of ammonia replaced by what group? Methyl group. So 3 methyl groups are replacing the 3 hydrogen atoms in ammonia. We get tertiary amine. The same principle is applicable for amine also. The same hybridization and overlapping. So nitrogen has sp3 hybridization. Out of 4 sp3 hybridized orbital, 3 hybridized orbital alone having single electron. So due to mutual overlapping, 3 covalent bonds will be formed between nitrogen and the methyl group. So here what will be the overlapping? sp3 overlapping. because each carbon is having sp3 hybridized orbital. So here the mutual overlapping is between the sp3 hybridized orbital of nitrogen with a single electron and sp3 hybridized orbital of carbon with a single electron. So due to mutual sp3 hybridized orbital overlapping, 3 covalent bonds formed, remaining one sp3 hybridized orbital having lone pair of electron. So the same arrangement in amine also. So due to the presence of this lone pair of electron, the expected geometry and bond angle will not be achieved. So tetrahedral is the expected geometry. Due to the presence of lone pair of electron, this gets a pyramidal shape like ammonia. And the bond angle is not as the expected value. 109.5 degree is the expected value. So it gets 108 degree. So this is the structure of amine, pyramidal structure and bond angle 108 degree. Next, one more question. Why there is a slight increase in the bond angle here? Okay. Comparing the ammonia, bond angle is slightly increased in trimethylamine. For ammonia 107 degree. For trimethylamine 108 degree. What is the reason? This is because of repulsion between the methyl groups. So in ammonia, hydrogen atoms present, but in trimethylamine, we have only methyl groups. So between the methyl groups, there will be repulsion. So these bulky groups will have a repulsion so that a slightly bond angle is increased. So 3 more questions. Structure of amine. Next, we take first 2 preparation methods, both a reduction process. Now we are going to reduce nitro compounds. CH3, CH2, NO2. It's called a nitroethane. As we studied, while doing the reduction of nitro compounds, we always get amine. Amine will be formed, right? If medium is changed, we will get other products like hydroxylamine. So if the medium is acid medium, we always get amine, isn't it? So nitro compound can be reduced using the reducing agents like tin hydrochloric acid or iron hydrochloric acid, or passing hydrogen in the presence of nickel or platinum or palladium will give you amines. So nitroethane will give you ethane amine. Instead of aliphatic nitro compound, you can take aromatic nitro compound also. The same method, but we maintain the temperature as 680 Kelvin. Nitro compound will be converted into amine. So nitrobenzene is converted into aniline. This is first preparation method. Second preparation method is a reduction of nitriles. So nitriles are nothing but cyanides. So you can reduce cyanides as well as isocyanides to get amines. The same reduction process, you may pass hydrogen in the presence of palladium or nickel or platinum or lithium aluminum hydride. We can use sodium amalgam in the presence of ethanol as a reducing agent. So the reaction is called the Mendius reaction. Instead of using the lithium aluminum hydride or a catalyst like platinum, palladium, nickel, when we use sodium amalgam and ethanol as a reducing agent, the reaction is called Mendius reaction. So cyanide is converted into amine. So this is methyl cyanide or ethane nitrile during the reduction process, which is converted into ethane amine. Instead of cyanide, you can take isocyanide also. You will get a secondary amine. Take the next example. So here we have isocyanide, methyl isocyanide. Now nitrogen is bonded with the methyl group, not carbon. Nitrogen is the atom bonded with carbon. So this is isocyanide. Methyl isocyanide is reduced. We get secondary amine, dimethylamine or N-methyl methane amine. Okay. So we completed only 2 preparation methods for the amine. Okay. So remaining we will discuss tomorrow. So today we have completed the introduction part of amine, classification, common name, UPAC name, and 2 first preparation methods. With this today's class over. Tomorrow we continue the preparation of amine. Thank you.